A few days ago, I bumped into another post where someone was talking about how organizations need to pay people what they are worth and how wrong organizations are for not paying people what they are worth. And I started to really think about that. It's like, what do we mean by worth? Like when if I were to say the company I'm working for is not paying me what I'm worth, what do I mean by that? And how do I know this? How do I know I'm not being paid what I'm worth? How do you decide that? How do you arrive at the conclusion that the company you're with right now isn't paying you what you believe you ought to be getting paid? How do you arrive at that conclusion? And one can say, I looked on Glassdoor or all of these other websites, and I'm not even getting the average salary. Um, okay, why aren't you being paid what you would deem then the average salary? What's driving that? And you can assume that it's the company, it's the organization, it's the company policy, but it's not like you are planted in this company and you can't move. You can move to another organization. You can move to an organization that will pay you what you believe you're worth. And as I started to think about this, I've got a few thoughts on it, and one of them is that um, what you are worth is not an emotion. So we think because we feel like we're not being paid enough, then we should be paid more. No, and it actually works on opposite ends as well, where you can find yourself in an environment where you are actually being paid what you are worth, and you may feel like it's too much. You may feel like perhaps you are being overpriced and whatever else. So it's like the idea of worth, then and often what we mean by that is that I feel like I'm not being paid enough. And so if they can give me more money, then it will change the way I feel. But that's not how value works in the marketplace. How value is defined in the marketplace is there is a maximum price that an individual will pay or an organization will pay for your skill sets and your knowledge in relation to a specific problem they may be facing. So your value is not how you feel, it's the maximum price the marketplace would actually pay for your set of skills and knowledge. So it becomes such a simple thought experiment where it's like, if you feel like, let's say for instance, a company could pay you 40% above what you're making right now, perhaps you feel like you're really being underpaid. Test it out. Actually apply to other jobs. Actually make your salary expectations known. And if you cannot find an organization willing to pay you that, you are not worth that. It's that simple. Like your current set of skills and the problem that you are perhaps solving isn't worth the price you want to sell it at to the marketplace. Now you can get better, you can get more knowledge, you can get more certifications, you can increase your skill set, be able to perhaps solve a more niche problem or a more specialized problem. But the idea of value is not an emotional thing. It's not an issue of how you feel about what you're being paid or how you feel about the value you are bringing to the organization. I mean, different organizations value different things. And as soon as you understand that different things are valued by different organizations, perhaps moving to a different organization where now your specific knowledge and skill set is then valued above the organization you're with, perhaps then you can be paid what you believe you're worth. But all of that is a question of the marketplace. It's not how I've gone in my current thought process is like, how you define value is the price someone else would pay for your knowledge and skills. So it's not about what you feel about it. It's the maximum price someone else would pay for your specific knowledge and skills. And you want to find that number. Like, go to more interviews, apply for different sets of jobs, update your CV, look for more opportunities, look for places in which you can create value or consult part time and whatever else. Try to figure out actually how much is your knowledge worth to the marketplace, not just to the company you're with, but to the marketplace, to different companies, to different industries, your specific skill set. What is it actually worth? What are people actually willing to pay you for that? And then you can discover that. Like, it's not an emotional thing. It's not a thing of I'm not being paid enough. You're like, I think most people feel that way. Most people feel like they're not being paid enough. But you want to actually find out, like, is this emotion justified or not? What is the market actually willing to pay for my unique knowledge and set of skills?